Good morning, everybody. I wanted to come on here this morning and say a few words, share a few thoughts in regards to the whole Meghan and Harry uh, situation and comment on some of the things that I've witnessed and seen since the interview came out. And I'm not big on, you know, following politics. I typically try to focus on very positive things in my life because I don't think it's helpful, to I don't even watch news or anything like that. I don't even actually have a television anymore. So I haven't seen the full interview or anything like that. Um, I have watched clips of it. I was interested in, what they had to say and the kinds of questions that Oprah was going to be asking them. But there's a few things that really concern me in regards to some of the comments and things that I've heard and read since this whole interview came out. And I felt like it was important to share a couple of thoughts on the matter because I think as a society, we have to be really careful about how quick we are, to place judgment on people. And I think at the end of the day, what it really boils down to for me is I like I don't think that our opinion matters. And here's what I mean by that. When I look at Meghan and Harry's reason for coming out and and doing the interview and putting all this stuff out there in the public, I think that there's a huge opportunity here, and I'm really hoping people will be very careful about how they proceed and how they respond to what's been put out there. Because here's the thing about it. What does our perspective or our opinions or our judgments really matter? They're going to put something out into the world that's going to make a difference. So it's easy for me to speak right now, from the whole mental health perspective, because obviously, I'm going through something. And even when I think about what I know some people are, what some people's opinions are, or what their judgments are, or what some of the things that they may be saying. Listen, at the end of the day, we don't need people to validate our experiences. If people come out and they express in any way, shape, or form that they are suffering from or they have suffered from, anxiety, depression, PTSD, mental illness, whatever it is, I don't understand why we feel like we have the right to question or to judge what people's experiences are. And it's not that everybody doesn't have a right to their own opinions and stuff. I mean, obviously everybody does. And there is such a thing as a freedom of speech. So, we're able to go out there into the universe and, put out whatever we feel like it in terms of what our opinions and judgments are. But I think it's really important that we have to ask ourselves what our goal is in that, and what we hope to achieve in terms of what our responses are to things. Because if Meghan and Harry felt the need to come out and express themselves, in terms of what their experience has been, I think the only thing that matters in terms of, you know, what people's response is to that is, how's it going to impact things? Is it going to make a difference? Is it going to make things better, or is it going to make things worse? And I think we all have a responsibility, here in terms of how we respond to this stuff, because you see all the time, people put things out there about, is it thinking about your, what you put out there into the universe, and asking the questions, is it kind, is it helpful? um, because at the end of the day, yes, we can all sit around and speculate about, oh well, they're they're this or they're that, or you know they want a privacy, but they're coming out and doing an interview. Who gives a shit? Like, who really cares? Like, I don't I don't want people just to focus on, you know, even the motives for doing it, because I don't think it matters at the end of the day. I don't think, you know, somebody really close to me made the comment the other night about how they felt like, Megan was thinking she hit the jackpot, and she was some, like, as if she was some kind of gold digger or something. And listen, I don't care. It's it's irrelevant to me. What matters to me are when people express that they had a specific experience, and they didn't receive support, or they didn't get the justice that they felt that they deserved. I think that the main thing to focus on with any of those kinds of things is to question, is there validity in that? And is there something that needs to change? And I can tell you, from somebody who is already experiencing, and I mean, I know obviously I'm focusing in on the mental health piece, but of course I am, because that's what my major concern is here. The rest of it, I have lots of my own opinions and thoughts about the whole thing. But, you know, if if we're if somebody is brave enough, because let me tell you, it is not easy. It is not popular. It is not sexy, or, glamorous. There is nothing easy about coming out and admitting the fact that you're suffering from any kind of mental illness. And it makes me angry when I think about the fact that for so long these attitudes and these opinions have existed about, oh well, if you're suffering from mental illness, then that means that you're, like, you know you're no longer um, normal, or it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Mental illness has nothing to do with intelligence. It has nothing to do with, you know, race or religion or money or privilege or position. It doesn't have anything to do with any of those things. Sometimes mental illness can just mean, like, I'm suffering from a lot of anxiety, or mental illness can look like, I'm having symptoms of PTSD, which I now currently am. Like, it doesn't say anything about a person's character, and I think we really have to start being careful. The one thing that I will say out of what I've learned so far about, the whole interview is that they didn't they didn't name any names. They didn't come out and personally attack anybody. And but yet I feel like they're being attacked in a major league way. And I think we have to be so careful because I really believe that the whole world, and in particular, people who are suffering from any kind of mental illness, the whole world is poised right now to see how people respond to this stuff. And if nothing else, I would really like for us to give them the benefit of the doubt to say, hmm, that doesn't sound right. Regardless of anything else, I think that we have to be so careful about how we respond to these kinds of things. And let's face it, we were all taught growing up, if you don't have anything positive to say, don't say anything at all. And I think that there's a lot of validity in that, regardless of what our opinions are, regardless of, what their status is, regardless of anything. And it doesn't just apply to this situation, it applies across the board. If you find yourself, doubting people, or not agreeing with something that somebody says, or having a different perspective about it, if you don't have anything positive to say, it's probably best not to say anything at all. Because I know for myself, the whole idea of starting this, this process that I've started, with the journaling and the videos and stuff, and putting this stuff out there in regards to mental health. It's a very, very rocky road to travel, and you suffer, when you are going through anything like this, you suffer from enough of your own self-doubt and self-deprecation, and questioning. And I just know how important people's support has been for me. So, you know, I think we're all responsible for what we put out there in the world. And, all I ask is that everybody think long and hard before they put too much out there, whether it's in social media, whether it's just even in your conversations with people. If it isn't contributing in a positive way to a conversation that needs to happen, regardless of what it's about, if it isn't contributing in a positive way, then probably the best thing to do is just not say anything at all. So those are just my thoughts on the whole thing. I'm sure it will play itself out, and we'll continue to see lots more, but it was something that was really playing on me this morning. So I hope you have a great day. I'll probably be doing a couple of other videos today because I need to get caught up, but thanks for listening, and bye for now.